pretty young person, and I'll be entering the workforce soon. And I think much has been made of how, over the course of the past 20 or 30 years, the government deficit has been steadily increasing and the national debt's piling up. And what I'm concerned about is paying into some government programs that aren't going to be solvent when I get to my retirement age. So I'm wondering what your thoughts are on how we can structure these programs so that we can keep them solvent long into the future, like Social Security and Medicare, while also maintaining them long term as a appropriate Social Security net and healthcare net for our elderly population.
Sure. Well, look, this is another thing that you haven't heard any of the other candidates talk about in this race. I want you to understand something. Whether you're your age, or whether you're my age, which is just 61 this past week, or, thank you, or whether you're older than me, in 11 years, Social Security will go broke. And it will mean an automatic 24% cut in benefits of Social Security. Now, for those of you who are on Social Security right now, I want you to think about what it would mean if the next direct deposit you got was 24% less than the one you got last month. What it would mean for you being able to pay your bills, support yourself, and have the life that you have become accustomed to before that. To me, the most disgusting moment of Joe Biden's State of the Union address was when he said, "Can we all promise each other now that none of us will touch Social Security?" And both sides of the chambers got up and cheered. Liars and hypocrites. Because if we don't touch Social Security or Medicare and try to fix it, it will go broke. And then what will all that cheering be leading to? You have a lot of people, I suspect, on the steps of the Capitol doing something, but it won't be cheering. So we need to deal with this. Now, there's only 3 ways to deal with Social Security and its solvency. Eligibility, both in terms of income and age, and taxes. That's it. It's a math equation, everybody. We all know it. And so I've said, look, we've got to look at retirement age. Not for people in their 50s or 60s. It's too late to change it for them. They don't have enough time to adjust to a longer window to retire. But 2 weeks after I turned 61, my oldest child turned 30, which I'm having a hard time getting my arms around. That's harder than me being 61. But if I say to him now, retirement age is going to be a few years higher than what you thought it was going to be, and he can't adjust to that between his age 30 and when he's in his 60s, he's got much bigger problems to deal with than what the retirement age is for Social Security. And so we need to deal with that. And if we deal with it for people in their 30s and 40s and younger, that can extend the life of Social Security and solvency for a good period of time. I also think we need to look at means testing on it. And by that I mean, we need to look at folks who have been extraordinarily successful in this country and say, do you need to get your Social Security check? Now, I said this 8 years ago. When I came up here, I had one woman get up and yell at me and say, I paid into that program, I want my money back. Okay, 2 things on that. First, if we do nothing, you're going to get your money minus 24% back. Secondly, there's lots of things that we pay for in government that we never utilize. Fortunately for me and my family, we have never been on food stamps. So I paid a lot of money into the federal food stamp program, but never gotten any benefit from it directly. The benefit I get from it is that I know that a lot of people who would otherwise go to bed hungry in this country don't. There's lots of other government programs that we all pay for that we don't get some direct benefit out of. And so, from a Social Security perspective, the argument then is, at what level? Well, that's fine, let's talk about that. But at least let's have the conversation. Because if we don't have the conversation, we know where we're headed. It's the same thing on Medicare, except the cut in Medicare is in 10 years, not 11. It's 25%, not 24, but it's the same thing. I'm not in favor of raising taxes, because I think we pay more than enough in taxes already. And by the way, if you take some cap off of the Social Security tax and raise it to another level, the people who are going to get hurt the most are the people who are in the middle class in this country. And so, fact is that taking that cap off of it, I don't think is smart economically, and I don't think that is what we want to do. So we got to have this conversation, and we should have it. And nobody else on the stage is willing to have it because they're afraid. But you know what? I'm a Republican from New Jersey. There's a lot for me to be afraid of. I'm not afraid of